and Ioniq 6 have been massive successes for Hyundai, both of them winning the World Car of the Year awards amongst many other accolades. Well, the Ioniq 9 is here. Will it be another success? Let's find out. So what exactly is the Hyundai Ioniq 9? Well, it is a 3-row all-electric SUV that's based off the eGMP platform. It's the extended version, which is the same as the Kia EV9. Let's dive into the details and take a walk.
It's just over 5 meters long, almost 2 meters wide, and has a 3,130mm wheelbase, which is the longest of any Hyundai model.
Okay, so on the outside, of course, it has the identity that you have seen on all of Hyundai's electric cars. It has those parametric pixels which are right across the entire front of the bonnet over here. You can see it in the LEDs that extends now right across. Lower half of the car also has them, but they're kind of hidden at the moment underneath this entire glossy black surface. You see it on the sides as well in the lamps, which is the pixel look over here. It's a very large front. The car has very curved lines, and if you come around the side, we can talk about there are character lines around the wheel arches that kind of accentuate the wheel arches, but there's no cladding or anything. It's very aerodynamic. Everything is very flat. You get 19-inch wheels, which can be also upsized to about 21 inches if you so choose, and of course the aerodynamic wheels. Come around the side, you see this very sloping kind of roofline that hunkers down towards the rear. All the lines are very curved, quite unlike the Kia EV9, which is very square and boxy. This has a lot of curved lines, large glass areas, chrome around the window line, a little bit of chrome on the D pillar over here, and of course you see the charging port, which is here at the rear. Once again, you see that character line around the haunches at the rear, which kind of accentuate the back, make it look a little bit bigger. Coming round to the rear, you see that pixel look that goes right round the rear. It wraps itself over the top. The rear kind of wraps in as well, like a boat tail of the old days. So the car is kind of wider in front and tighter at the back to give it a lot of aero. A lot of this car has been designed with aerodynamics in mind. Even the logo at the back is completely flush and flat in the back, and it's a nice touch. You see the pixel look at the lower half of the bumper as well. You see it all around the car, the EV signature of Hyundai. But let's pop the boot and take a look on the inside. Well, a lot of luggage space here, even with 3 rows up, but you can flip the 3rd row down with the touch of a button from the rear. And you can even flip the middle rows down at the touch of a button from here and open up ample and more room. So it's really easy to operate. As you can see, once both rows are flipped down, you could pretty much carry your house and everyone in it inside this car. It's huge, it's massive, it's cavernous. Time to get inside and take a look.
With the 3rd row flip down, it opens up to 1,323 liters, and to stow away more luggage, you have a frunk too, which is 88 liters for the front wheel drive and 52 liters for the all-wheel drive models.
On the inside, once again, a very minimalistic approach to the car. All the surfaces are very clean, they're rounded. On the dashboard, you have a lot of layering over here. The top layer, nice kind of wedge, and then on the inside, you have this very metallic wallpaper kind of look. Plastic chrome look on the rest of the surfaces. All the materials feel rich and nice, and they feel good. You have this curved display, 2 12-inch screens in the curved display, one for the infotainment cluster and one for the instrument cluster as well. I can see that there is a heads-up display in this, and you have this massive panoramic sunroof that kind of extends all the way over the 2nd row of seats. So this cabin really feels like a lounge. It feels very open, it feels very spacious, very airy. It's got a very interesting start button, which is on the gear lever over here. So you kind of start the car off over there. A lot of controls, and you have a lot of physical controls as well here, which is nice. It's a mix of physical and digital controls, but easy to the hand and easy to use. You have tons of USB chargers all over the car, because kids these days need to be connected is what they say, and since this is a family car, you have USB chargers in front, you have them at the back. You have lots of storage areas, wireless chargers, trays, cup holders, interesting central console which opens both ways. You can open it from the front and you can open it from the rear as well. The pixel look continues over here, wireless charging pad. And what's interesting is this central console actually moves, so you can open up room in the front seat and let the rear passengers use the central console, or move it back forward and use it for the front two passengers. Now what you can see is that while there are controls for the seats on the side, which you see for the electronic controls of the seat, there's another set of controls that's on the side of the seat, which is to make it easier for the driver to also operate the passenger seat. So you can flip the full seat down. And that's what I really need to show you, is that all four seats, the front two and the rear two, have the full recline. So when you get fed up of the other passengers in your car, you just take a nap. So the middle row of the Ioniq 9, very spacious, very roomy, loads of leg room here for tall passengers, tons of headroom because it's got that sloping roofline, and this rail has a very large area of movement, so you can actually push back the seat, open up way more room, or of course pull it a little forward so that the third row also has ample space. So there's lots of adjustment between the seats and it is quite spacious. You again have all the aircon controls over here. You have USB ports at the back of the front seats for the middle row. And this row also has that recline function, which goes full recline. You also have leg rest, which comes up. So technically, you could sleep in this seat all the way to your ride. I'm trying to get this completely done. Yeah, this is super comfy. Okay, so I've set the seat back in a position where I am comfortable. Let's now hop into the rear and see what the third row is like. Now, while I've hopped into the third row from the middle, you can also get in from obviously the doors. With the touch of a button, these seats slide forward and open up enough room and enough access to the third row. As you can see, with the middle row set for enough leg room for a tall person as well, I have a good amount of space for someone my size over here. A little bit of space between me and the seat, but I am sitting knees up. I am sitting low to the ground. The window line is quite high. I do have cup holders. I do have USB ports over here at the rear as well. And I also have recline function, so if there's no luggage at the rear, I can make myself quite comfortable because this recline actually is quite a few degrees back.
Of course, typical of Hyundai, it's loaded with features and safety features.
So this is going to come with a 110.3 kilowatt hour battery with claimed ranges of up to about 620 kilometers, 10 to 80% charging in just 24 minutes with a fast charger as well. Well, that's a quick walk around and a look at the Hyundai Ioniq 9. Tell us whether you want to see this car in India. Tell us what you think. Drop us a comment and of course follow the channel.